Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to talk about the things that shocked me while giving birth in Japan. You already know by now that I recently had a baby boy. Keita, say hi. Say hi. Yeah, so this was my very first time experience giving birth in Japan, and I just thought of sharing with you my experience because most of the things really got me surprised, and I can say most of the things shocked me. So to begin with, before I went to the hospital to give birth to my baby, I had to attend to antenatal visits several times. I think that I was not really expecting, because in Malawi, if you do not have any problem or any complication, you go for antenatal visit only once a month. Unless you are about to give birth, that's when you go every 2 weeks. But in Japan, I was booked for antenatal visit every 2 weeks, and that got me a little bit tired. It wasn't fun at all because I was weak. I just wanted to stay indoors and sleep, maybe take a rest, but also I had no choice but to attend those antenatal visits. I asked a couple of people. They said that was totally normal, that in Japan pregnant mothers attend antenatal clinics every 2 weeks. Secondly, when I went to the hospital for delivery, I was shocked because I stayed in the hospital for a long time. Longer hospital stay really got me surprised, because in Malawi, whether you're booked for a cesarean section or you're having a normal delivery, you stay in a hospital not more than a week. I remember after delivery, I was discharged the next morning, and for people who are booked for cesarean section, after the procedure, they stay for 2 to 3 days or 3 to 4 days, and they are discharged. They go back home, and the healing and all that is done at home. I understand that is very good because you get to heal under the professionals' supervision. But on the other hand, since a hospital is not a funny place to stay, if you are a patient, I was just tired. I just wanted to go home. During my hospital stays, I understand that because Japan is a developed country, the equipments were just amazing, I would say. I remember the past years when I was pregnant with George, they could use something, fetoscope, for monitoring the baby's heart rate.
This one?
I hear you.
But in Japan, the fetal monitor was just the equipment of high standard. And the other thing is that they couldn't allow guardians, but they was just visiting hours. But in Malawi, you get to have a guardian throughout the day and throughout the night, and that guardian is responsible for taking care of you, for example, cooking food for you, That's why in hospitals, in government hospitals in Malawi, they have a space called guardian shelter, where guardians wait, and they also they make temporary kitchens with firewood and prepare meals for their patients. While in Japan, my family could only come to visit me, but they were not allowed to stay for a night in the hospital with me. Yeah, that kind of shocked me. Yeah, and it also made me feel a little bit lonely. Yeah, but for the food, it's amazing that they could provide food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They provided the meals. The meals look delicious and nutritious. Another thing is about the room arrangement, whereby I think there was some sort of privacy in Japan. Everyone had her own space with curtain demarcations. In Malawi, most of the hospitals have just like a big room with maybe 5 or 6 beds, and in that way mothers can talk and make friends and you don't feel lonely at all. But here in Japan, I was not able to talk to people because everyone was closed inside their own space all the time. I could just hear like something like cough, talking on the phone on the other side. I didn't even see my neighbor, something like that. Yeah. So it felt a little bit awkward for me. And after my baby was born, the nurses took care of my baby throughout the time, and they said I need to have a rest and sleep. That was a very good thing that they could let me rest and take care of my baby. But deep down, I felt a little bit lonely. I felt so instead of having a rest, instead of sleeping, I could have sleepless times, thinking of my baby. How is my baby doing? How is he crying? Something like that. The other thing is that I noticed there were a lot of hospital staff in Japan. That really surprised me because in Malawi there's always this issue of having shortage of staffs in hospitals. Most of the times, especially in health centers, rural health centers, 1 or 2 nurses can be allocated at night to attend to maybe almost 5 deliveries per night. Yeah, that is very a hard work and very tiresome. But in Japan, I could see a lot of staffs, a lot of nurses, different faces every time, every day, and that's very amazing. I thought people in Japan are very lucky that they don't have a problem of shortage of staff in hospitals. Yeah. When I was about to be discharged, the nurses gave me information about how to birth a baby. That was very educative. That's not how it is in Malawi. Such education is done by an experienced mother, someone like your mother, your mother-in-law, your aunt, your elder sister, who come to your house and they help taking care of the baby. But in Japan, I noticed that education starts from the hospital. They showed me a video where I could learn how to birth the baby, especially water temperature needed for birthing the baby, something like that. In Malawi and some of African countries, that is called omuko. In Nigeria, I think, whereby your mother-in-law, your mother or your aunt or your sister comes to your place to take care of the baby. That is when they give you such education. Also, the fact that giving birth in Japan was very expensive, but lucky enough, the government sponsored us with the amount of 500,000 yen. I think that's when someone is under insurance, but I was wondering what if you're not insured? I think that could be a very big problem because the money is just too much. Yeah. Like enough in Malawi, hospitals are for free. No one can get worried about paying the hospital while giving birth, unless you want to go to the private hospital. Those are some of the things that shocked me, but all I know, it was a really good experience because generally it couldn't feel like I'm in a hospital because the place was such a very clean place, and most of the staffs were polite, and every time I call, the nurses could come immediately. And also my fear was just minimized because of the environment and the people, and also the support of emotional support from my husband. Most importantly, I brought baby Keta home, and also I survived because I understand giving birth can be dangerous, but I'm thankful to everyone for your good luck messages and support. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. Bye.